Hey you guys, it's Peter. And I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Beast! Double beast. Because I'm YouTube famous now. Available this fall. The album. Dad. Shimmy Shimmy. AF. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Trisha Paytas, tell me sweet little lies. Give me a man after midnight. I wanted to morph that into a song, but it didn't really work. Give me a man. I can't get the tune. This is how I imagine Gabby Hanna, like in the, you know, the sound room or whatever. Give me a man after midnight. I just can't get it right. But I can get rock on gold dust woman. Beast. Oh, that was backwards. Hold on. Beast. How are you guys doing today? Okay, let me get my lip gloss ready for this Trisha Paytas video today. I actually have a list of videos that I was going to do this week, and this was an unexpected video, but I was just kind of like rolling through Trisha Paytas' Instagram story last night, and I saw this come up, and I was like, oh, this is very interesting. But first, I must tell you, well, two things, okay? Now, if you don't know my channel and you haven't come here, feel free to timestamp it and all that kind of stuff. But the beginning, the intro, is kind of like a variety show. Kind of like David Letterman or Johnny Carson back in the day, you know? Whatever, you know? And I kind of just share some things with you. That's kind of what the beginning is, see? Okay, and then the rest of it is like the guests that come out. But the guests today are Trisha Paytas' lies, okay? So, in today's show, I'm so excited, back in the green room, okay, are two of Trisha Paytas' most recent lies that we're going to interview today. So anyway, but two things I have to tell you is, number one, I watched last night the documentary, The Girl in the Picture on Netflix. Okay, this is one of the best, and this is coming from me. I have seen like every true crime documentary, okay? I even have a true crime book club with my good Judy Mel. It's listed below. All you have to do is go join it on Facebook if you want to. We are getting ready to resume here very, very soon. But I have watched so many true crime documentaries. The Girl in the Picture is hands down one of the best true crime documentaries I have ever seen in my entire life, okay? First of all, there's resolution. Second of all, the way that it's filmed and the way that it's put together is so well done. And it interviews people from all over the story. And it also, which I think is really, really important, is it pays homage, it mostly pays homage to the victim in the story. So The Girl in the Picture is fantastic. I don't want to ruin anything else about it for you by telling you all these little details. But I will say this, like when you think you have figured it out, it like goes up and then it goes, it's just like more and more unbelievable stuff moment by moment. Okay, the second thing I wanted to tell you, was that it? Or do I have three things? The second thing I wanted to tell you was that I am now posting daily TikToks of reviews. So I did like a sparkling water and I did a coffee and I'm doing all kinds of things over there. So go check out my TikTok. It's listed below. It's just Peter Monn. And the third thing I had to tell you was, now I know this is a surprise to most of you out there that think that I live a very bougie existence as a Midwestern drama channel. But as I was getting ready today, I was like, oh, I'm going to put on this flowery shirt. My friend back in high school, she always said flowery, and we would be like, flowery is not a word. Now I'm using it in the video. But I thought, I'm going to put on this flowery Ralph Lauren shirt. I really like it. It's really pretty. And I haven't worn it in a while. Pretty. Pretty is as pretty does. And I put it on and I was like, what is going on? And I reached underneath here and there was a dryer sheet. Now, I don't know if this happens to you, but it happens to me quite often, I have to say. These are not receipts, Whitney. Okay, this is a dryer sheet. I cannot tell you how many times I have gone out to dinner. I know there are some of you out there that are bawling laughing because you're like, this exact same thing happens to me. But I can't tell you how many times I have felt really, really cute and I've like gone out to dinner or to one of my recovery meetings or something just to be like sitting like this and to look over and it's like, here, let me demonstrate for you. Hold on a second. I feel really cute, right? And it's like... And I'm sitting there like this. Maybe I should just leave this for the course of the video. I have to tell you, I was at a meeting not too long ago, a 12-step meeting. And one of my friends, I was like walking to the front. And I was like walking back to my chair. And my friend looked at me and he goes, he said something about the size of my jeans. And I go, what? And he goes, I didn't know, something like that. And he goes, the tag, like the long tag was all the way down the back of my leg. I was so embarrassed. Anyway, all right. So let's get into this Trisha Paytas video. First, I need a little bit of my coffee in my new Starbucks cup. I don't usually get the grande cups, but I'm so glad I did because just for like doing stuff around the house, you know, I don't drink a huge venti, so it's been really nice to have that. Okay, so let me tell you the backstory. First of all, I saw Trisha Paytas tweet something out because it was part of a video that I had done several weeks ago, okay? 2 weeks ago, I think. Then I saw her Instagram story last night, and I was like, this completely contradicts what Trisha said 2 weeks ago, okay? Then on the heels of that, I was remembering something that Spill Some Tea With Me, an Instagram account, which I will link below, had put up on their Instagram account. So I went back in and I was like, it was from like a couple days ago. Hold on a second. It was from 3 days ago. And I was like, let me find this because this is now, I mean, I think we know Trisha Paytas. She sometimes stretches the truth, okay? Like sometimes, because I don't mean any malice in this video whatsoever, but sometimes she stretches the truth a little bit, I think, you know, just in my personal opinion from what I have witnessed. But this is what is so interesting to me. You know, I don't think that it's any stretch of the imagination, like stretching the truth, for people to say that Trisha Paytas lies, okay, quite a bit. And there's been multiple drama channels made about, or multiple drama videos, drama videos made about it on multiple I cannot speak today. It's the power of the fabric softener sheet. Okay, dryer sheet. But there has been multiple videos made on multiple channels about Trisha Paytas lying consistently over and over and over again. What's interesting to me about this most recent kind of deal that's going on is that she's lying about things that really don't matter. They're like not really affecting anybody. And I don't really understand it, you know? Like, I think to continue to call somebody out for lying is important because I think it's consistent with their character of who they are as a person. But it's interesting to me why she does it. And it's things that she is putting out there, okay? Like, for example, if she said she ate 2 French fries and then she shows herself from a video earlier in the day where she ate the whole French fries. It's like she's consistently lying about things. Now, she's done this for a very long time, okay? This is kind of her, like, comedic gig, I guess, is what she thinks it is. But I don't understand why she's doing it, okay? So, I'm going to play her Instagram story from yesterday for you. What I want you to pay attention to is, and I'm not going to put any sound on it, I'm just going to show you so that when people are like, well, this was filmed before or whatever, she's got tweets up from, like, just recently, and then it goes into what I want to show you, which is her watching the movie Elvis, okay? And pay attention to what it says. Are you ready? Here we go. So, as I was sitting here doing some high editing cuts on my video, I realized that the tweets included in her Instagram story have the names of the people on it, and that was the reason why I was showing it to begin with, was to show that she had tweeted out more recent tweets with this showing of going to see Elvis for the 3rd time. So I'm not going to include it in there, but later in the video, I hold up the phone and I show where she said going to see Elvis for the 3rd time. So I hope you understand. I'm sorry. My bad, as the kids say in 1985. Here you go. Okay, so if you watch that little clip in there, Trisha says she's watching Elvis for the 3rd time. Well, I was like, this is interesting because Trisha Paytas has already seen Elvis for the 3rd time. She tweeted about it, and it caused a little bit of havoc on the internet. So let me get into this and show you, or read to you, what happened. Hold on a second. Let me get to my receipts, Whitney. Okay, so here is the receipt of her saying third time seeing Elvis, okay? So then on June 28th, 2022, she tweeted out, "The Elvis movie gives me chills every time I've seen it. went for the third time last night, which would have been the 27th, okay? And I just fall into his world. Austin Butler definitely made a name for himself with the acting. I swear I thought they deep faked his face so many times it was uncanny, okay? No big deal. But this is definitely not the 12th of July. This is the 27th of June. So now she's pulling up whatever from 2 weeks ago, if that's true, and she really did go to see Elvis 3 weeks ago. Okay. Somebody responded to it and said, seen it for the third time, read some baby books and take an infant CPR class, grow up. And I did a video responding to this, which is why I remember it. And Trisha retweeted this and said, LMAO, because seeing a 2-hour movie means I'm not doing anything else. I can't. And a clown emoji, okay? Calling people clowns again, right? So I was like, this is interesting, okay? I know you got, listen, this is drama from 6 years ago, okay? Like, this is the kind of drama we did 6 years ago. I know this is no deep dive investigation, but when you are somebody that watches the world of Trisha Paytas or trying to figure it out, which there's no figuring it out. I mean, every time I do a Trisha Paytas video, they're like, people in the comment sections are like, why are you trying to figure this out? But I just don't understand, like, if you really do care about your audience and I'm not saying that I've never gotten something wrong in a video, okay? Like, that's one thing, and then to come out and correct it later. But why to deliberately, like, lie about it? And going to see a movie is something that, like, I think you kind of remember whether you've seen it 3 or 4 times. Like, I do think that is something that you remember. And no, I don't think that this is something that's, like, deeply serious. It's just kind of a whatever issue. But I don't understand why she's doing it. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever why you would deliberately lie about it. Now, you put out this tweet 2 weeks ago talking about having gone to see Elvis, and she hasn't really tweeted out a whole lot since then, except for things to do with, like, videos that she's dropping. She, like, puts the link to it and whatever, like most YouTubers do. So it's not like she's tweeted a whole lot out. So it was like, except for that, she is trying to get the attention of Eurovision and Broadway, because I'm like, first of all, okay, let me explain this. So Trisha is tweeting a lot about this Fanny Bryce role that, what's her name? Lea Michele got cast in and all this kind of stuff. And she's tweeting about Broadway, and she's tweeting to Broadway. I guess just Broadway in general. I don't know, every theater in Broadway she's tweeting to. And being like, hey, if you need me, I'm available in September after my baby is born. My family and I can move there, right? And I'm like, do you not know how the audition process works? Like, are you just thinking, and I know it's just her way of kind of being funny, ha-ha, and whatever. And so she's kind of tweeting out about stuff like that. But what I don't understand is, on something like this, why you would purposely lie about it. She had to have known, and I know that there are going to be those Trisha super fans out there, the Trishy's Fishies, that are going to be like, oh, this is just like a clip from 2 weeks ago that she just uploaded in her Instagram story tonight. What? Can you explain that to me? Now, do you go into your phone from 2 weeks ago, something like eating at the Cheesecake Factory, and take a picture of your meal, and you post it 2 weeks later, and you go, wonderful dinner date? I mean, you don't do that. No, it's crap. She's lying. And I have to believe, having followed Trisha Paytas for so long, that there is, like, there's some, like, meaning behind why, not meaning, but, like symbolic meaning, but there's, like, a method to her madness, right? Like, there's a reason why she is doing this to get things stirred up. And I kind of was, like, sitting around as I was setting stuff up today, and I was like, is it because she does want some drama, even though she said drama brings her so much heartache and all this kind of stuff, that's why she stopped it? Is it because she wants drama to continue to drive attention to her channel? Because she knows that there's a few of us out there that will make these videos, right? And so she continues to want some kind of drama driven to her, but she doesn't want it to be like the dark, dark drama that she was involved in the past. So she's kind of doing these silly things, right? For example, Spill Some Tea. They posted these 2 video clips. Hold on, I have it all queued up right here. Go to Spill Some Tea with me and go see it. I'm not going to include it in this video. But they posted these 2 video clips, okay? And they're side by side. And this is what they have posted underneath here. First clip was from last week, where Trisha said she packed her hospital bag already. Then cut to her video today, where she says she still needs to get her hospital bag. Oh, brother, why she gotta lie about the stupidest thing? I mean, misremember. Okay, so it's so, because she always says, like, she just misremembered how things happened and whatever, right? No, it's, you either packed your bag or you didn't pack your bag, you know? You either went and saw Elvis 3 times or you saw it 2 times. What's the point in lying about that? Like, and when it comes to things like this, I don't understand. But what is interesting to me about this, okay? And not that I think that Shane Dawson is the most, I mean, I don't think that he's an expert witness on anything. But when I did meet with him several years ago, and I asked him things, you know, about this person and about that person. And, you know, it was interesting because at that time he was getting ready to do the video series about Jake Paul. And he and I had kind of some back and forth about TanaCon because I had come pretty hard about his video that he did about TanaCon. I felt like he kind of let Tana off on that whole thing. And he was really upset about that because he felt like that was his shining moment, you know. And so I asked him things, like I said, so what do you really think about Tana Mojo? And they kind of had this running joke that they all did, and it was like, the thing about sociopaths is, if you remember the Jake Paul series was about whether or not he was a sociopath. And so anytime I would ask him about somebody, I'd be like, so, and he asked me about every drama channel. Like, every drama channel that was out at that time, he asked me about that, right? About them, right? And so I said, well, what's the real deal about Tana Mojo? And he was like, the thing about sociopaths is, and then I asked him about Jake Paul, and he said the same thing, and I asked him about somebody else, I can't remember who, right? He was very gracious about Eugenia Cooney and Graveyard Girl, very gracious. And he just kind of laughed, and he said, you know, like, I like, you know, going for the ride and whatever, and all this kind of stuff, and just kind of like, you know, seeing everything and whatever. I mean, he didn't really talk that poorly about these people. I mean, he did say some things, you know, but that's between Shane and I. But the one thing that he did say that was interesting to me, and I've said this in other videos, was that he said that Trisha Paytas was a pathological liar, because at that time, Trisha said if she had known that I was in Las Vegas, she would have flown in to meet with Shane and I, right? And he goes, well, she's a pathological liar. So it's interesting to me. I'm wondering if this is like on video, or if this is like what her friends and family deal with on a regular basis. That Trisha just like misremembers things left and right. That she doesn't see it as lying, you know? It's like, did you brush your hair today? No. And she just got done brushing her hair. It's like, I don't know like what that's about. You know what I mean? But it's so confusing to me. So I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there and see what you guys think about it. Like, it's definitely not drawing any attention her way. I have to say, like, back when I was, like, I really kind of thought this through. Back when I was, like, a fan of Trisha's and I was watching her videos and whatever, because I don't watch her videos very often anymore. I mean, I think that this is just my opinion, okay? Just from what I like to watch on YouTube, because whenever I share my opinion on what I like to watch on YouTube, people go nuts. They go absolutely crazy, and they're like, you're bullying, you're being mean, but she's a YouTuber. She can handle it, okay? So anyway, she can handle an opinion from one person. Let's just be for real. And I'm being polite about this. I don't care for cooking videos really on most channels except for Jordan's, who is Jaclyn Hill's husband. And I like what he cooks, and he's entertaining to me, okay? The rest of it, I don't really care a lot. There's a few that I watch because I have some as friends, right? But other than that, I don't love her cooking videos. I think they're kind of boring. I don't really like any of the videos that she has with Moses, because like I said the other day, he seems like a perfectly nice person to me, although there are all these horrendous allegations towards him, but he doesn't add anything to the story for me. So when I'm watching the interaction, you know, it's like watching paint dry, okay? It's or watching a very slow tennis match. There just isn't a lot that he brings to the game. Maybe he's a perfectly delightful man. I don't know anything about him personally, other than what I've read, heard, and seen on everything else, right? Which is a lot, but, like, he doesn't, to me, bring anything to the tennis match, okay? Like, I mean, he's kind of like a wet tennis ball in the pouring rain on a clay court. It's not fun to watch, okay? So I don't watch those videos. And the live streams, quite frankly, are way too long. And the only people watch, I think, the live streams are either they're super fans of Trisha Paytas or they're trying to catch her in a lie. That's it. I really believe that, okay? And so I don't watch the live streams. So there's not much really that she's putting out there anymore that I do watch. Now, when she does like a haul or she does something like that, like I will watch it, because to me, those are the things that are interesting. Now, I know that she feels like hauls are degrading. I don't even understand that, okay? When she said the other day, hauls and mukbangs are degrading. Well, maybe if you're getting 15 Domino's pizzas, but she even said in her live stream the other day, she contradicted herself. The live stream that she put up about mukbangs, she said in there, you know, there are a lot of mukbangers or whatever that they just get one meal and they just, yes, Trisha, that's what a lot of mukbangers do. They just get one small meal, okay? Not everybody out there is getting, you know, I don't know, 300 wings and all this kind of stuff. Like that, you don't have to do that. I know that it looks good in the thumbnail, but like Trisha Paytas actually, she did this, my favorite mukbang that she's ever done was this one where she was like all dressed up like Marilyn Monroe. And it was a breakfast mukbang, and she had like a Belgian waffle, and she had like strawberries. I found it because I can never remember this lady's name, but I used to talk about her all the time back in Freela, the banana girl on her banana chips, and her husband Duran Duran. Do y'all remember her, Freela? I think she's an Asthma channel now or something like that. But she drove me crazy back in the day, but she would do these videos and she would like watch Trisha, and Trisha would be like, oh, whipped cream, like that. And Freela would be like, Trisha, there's 3,000 calories in that teaspoon. And Trisha would be like, like that. And I loved it, right? But there wasn't a lot of food. I can remember she had this like bag that she brought back with her, and it was just like, she got several things from this breakfast place, but it wasn't like she ate tons, you know? And even when Trisha would get like a lot of pizzas or a lot like late night, like she used to do these late night mukbangs and whatever, she wouldn't eat that much. She would maybe get a lot of food, but it wasn't like she was eating a lot of food. And I think that's kind of the misconception sometimes of some mukbangers, okay? It's like on my review channel, people think because I get 6 crumble cookies, I'm eating all crumble cookies, like all 6 crumble cookies at that moment. That's not the case, okay? Has Trisha Paytas eaten more in some videos? Yes, she has. But I've seen a lot of her eating videos, her mukbang videos, where she doesn't really eat that much at all. So I'm not really sure how she feels like that's super degrading. Okay, maybe she feels like she wasn't eating healthy. She's still not really eating that healthy. I mean, if you watch her Instagram stories and things like that. But the hauls, I don't understand. Is that like, I feel like it's degrading because I wasted a bunch of my money on A, B, and C, whatever? I mean, she still wastes a lot of money on stuff, you know? So I don't know how that is, I don't know how a haul video is degrading. I don't know how a favorites video is I don't know how that's degrading. Those were the things that I really liked of Trisha Paytas back in the day. I liked when she just like sat in her room and talked. Like those were the videos that I liked about her, you know? She was relatable. And I think that what most of the people fell in love with her about was that she was this girl that kind of like just came from the middle class and like became like Hollywood ready and was trying to be on all these reality shows like, you know, America's Got Talent or whatever. You know, she's trying to be on all this kind of stuff. And there was a sweetness about her. There was a genuineness about her. Now, I don't know. Maybe that was a lie all along. I don't know, you know. But interestingly enough, speaking of sweetness about her, Jason Nash is coming out with a podcast. Did you guys hear about this? Okay. So this was also on Spill Some Tea With Me. Jason Nash is supposedly, allegedly, I think maybe it might be a joke, but I don't know, is coming out with a podcast. And so somebody on there at the end of the trailer asked him something, and he goes, you can ask me all about Trisha Paytas. He was like, she's a perfectly fine young lady or something like that. I was like, okay. So Jason Nash is going to talk all about Trisha Paytas. I would find that interesting, right? I would find that interesting to hear. Well, first of all, a lot of people are like going on and on and on about the fact that Trisha Paytas has this video channel with Moses, which is called the Trisha Paytas Moses Hackman Family Channel. But there are videos of her with Jason Nash on that channel, supposedly. So it's like she hasn't taken those videos down. Girl, are you so lazy you can't even go out and edit your own family channel? But people are worried about what you're going to put up on this channel when down the road, and you're not worried about that, but you can't even go and edit out the videos of your old boyfriend. Like, that's kind of problematic, okay? But it would be interesting to see what would happen if Jason Nash came out and, I don't know, I'm not talking about slamming her, but like really coming out and saying, you know, like this is what really went down and this is what happened and unfortunately it didn't work out for us or whatever. I'd be interested to see how she would respond to that, given her situation today and supposedly being so happy with Moses and whatnot. Like, would she come out and backlash, you know, or would she just let it go or whatever? I will say this, one positive that I am noticing from Trisha is she isn't really commenting a lot back. You know, it's like Ethan Klein went on the Howie Mandel podcast and was asked about Trisha Paytas, and they talked about Trisha for a little bit. Trisha hasn't said anything about that. As far as I know, I don't know if maybe in the live stream she did or whatever, but as far as I know, she hasn't said anything about that. So it's like, to some degree, I mean, that for me would be like, if you're really looking for drama, why wouldn't you comment on it? Except for that I think she knows, which with like the H3, like all of that, like she can't win at that. I think she knows that. I think she's waved the surrender flag. I don't think she wants anything to do with them, but I think she's also realized she can't win that battle. So she's not going to even try, right? And like I said that in a previous I said that in a previous video. Trisha Paytas does not like enter a battle that she doesn't think that she can win, if that makes sense. So anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. Let me know why you think that Trisha continues to lie. And also, I'd be interested to know, do you think Jason Nash would ever come out and like genuinely speak about his relationship with Trisha? And do you think Trisha would respond? So put all of that in the comment section below. That's your assignment for drama class today. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.